iPettie makes fantastic cat feeders and water fountains. I have reviewed one of their cat feeders in the past and I was really impressed with the quality, so I asked them to gift me this one. Let's unbox it and see how great it is. It comes well packaged, starts off with a clear manual, and then there are a few components to this. This is the main body, and you can see it basically has a simple opening in the top where you'll put in the propeller that will rotate the food through the chute. Right here is your camera, and on the bottom it has a speaker, and it also has the access for adding batteries. And it takes 4 double D batteries. And it has a USB-C port, and then it has these great rubber feet, so it really stays in place once you set it down. And here is the propeller, really simple, straightforward, nice design. I like that it has this clean silicone and that it has a fair amount of flexibility. And the propeller is really easy to put in. You just slide it in until you feel it click into place. And when it does, you will know that it's fully in place. And it does have an image to show you that it wants this opening on the back side so it can fully control the food that's rotated through the propeller. Then you have your food hopper. You will always know how much food is in the hopper thanks to this large semi-transparent bowl. And this really does just twist right in. And once it's twisted in, it's not going anywhere. And it has a really nice lid. It actually has a silicone seal so it can be airtight. And this opens up and you can put a desiccant in here to keep the food super dry and lasting longer. And while desiccants are easy to come by, I appreciate that it does come with your first desiccant to use. That's really nice. This one is a simple silica gel. And that just goes right on and twist lock, so your cat can't get into it when it's twisted closed. And then I absolutely love this. The bowl holder is plastic and it just clips on so it can't slide to the base of the feeder. And then it actually is using a metal bowl for the food, which I really appreciate. I have found that with one of my kitties, if he eats from plastic, he will actually get acne along his chin, but as long as he's eating from metal, he doesn't. This is also much easier to clean, so it's easier to keep the point that the cat is accessing as clean as possible. And then it comes with the USB-C to USB-A cord and the power adapter if you want to keep it wired. And if you want to run it on battery, you will need to get 4 AA batteries. And I do recommend getting the 4 AA batteries as they are a fantastic backup in case the power goes out. And now it's plugged in, but I haven't put any food in it and I haven't set it up. To set it up, you need to install the app. Now, if you don't already have an iPetty device, you will have to sign up for the app, but once you're in, you can just add device, and it immediately discovered the pet feeder. So I'll hit add, and then I'm giving it my Wi-Fi password, and now it is adding the iPetty feeder to my app and to my network, which is exactly what I want, as I want to be able to access this when I'm not at home. I want to be able to see what my cats are up to with the camera, and most importantly, I want to know that they are eating. Now, the first thing it's telling me is I don't have any food in it, and it gave me a notification as well that I would have seen even if I wasn't looking at the app. But before I put any food in it, let's talk about this camera. Right now, it has a physical door on it, keeping it closed. So if you want privacy, if you don't want this open all the time, you can physically close the camera. But when you open it up, it will then see your space, and you can listen. You can turn what it's seeing into pictures or videos. You can make it full screen to see more in full color, and you can simply turn the camera off remotely. Now, when it comes to feedings, I can do a full plan. I can fully control when I want it to feed my cat. So if I wanted to feed my cat every day at 5 p.m., I could, and I can choose how many portions I'm feeding it. And it is unclear to me how big a portion is, so we're just gonna do 1 portion and we'll measure it. And so now it makes it clear when the next feeding will be. Let's see what other features it has here. I can do a voice recording so I can have it call to my cat when a portion comes through. I can have it adapt to motion detection. It'll keep an album of everything I take from the camera. and I can just talk through it. And of course, I can manually feed as well. Now, before I put food in it, you'll see that this light is flashing red. And here are what the light indicators mean. You have white, it's being powered by adapter. Orange is when it's trying to connect. Blue is when it's connected or working, so blue is good. And red means it's having a food shortage, a malfunction, or low battery. So of course the next step is to put in some food. Now I would recommend washing all of this before feeding your cat with it, just so you get off anything that might have been on it from production. But I am just testing it right now, so we're just gonna go with that. I can see immediately that the light turned blue. Now this blue button is a feed button and it will give you one portion each time you press it, but it is smart. It's not designed so a cat can push on it, it's not gonna go. It requires a double tap. And then it will give one portion, which is 1 tablespoon of food. So you can adapt how many tablespoons you want per serving. Overall, I am incredibly impressed. I love that it gives me such control over the portions, that I can time them whenever I want throughout the day and do manual feedings here if I want to, and that I can manually close the camera if I don't want the camera running at all, or leave it open when I want it to be open. And it does have night vision, which I look forward to putting to the test. So I will put this to use and come back with another video in a few weeks on how it's worked for me. But at this very moment, I am incredibly impressed with the iPetty automatic feeder. Highly recommend.